Hey friends, welcome back to Jenifood and my kitchen. Have I got a recipe for you? Today we're making something you probably order off your favorite appetizer menu. It's that slightly sweet, perfectly crispy and crunchy coconut shrimp. Ah! And we're doing it for the air fryer so you can make it at home for your family and friends. It's perfect as an appetizer or a meal paired with some good rice or salad. Any way you do it, it's going to be delicious. So let's get making. Friends, let's talk ingredients. I've got my 1 pound of 1620 raw, easy peel shrimp, and I'm going to show you how I peel those to keep the tails on. We've got regular 1/3 cup flour. You could absolutely do this gluten-free if you wanted to. I'm just not doing gluten-free today. We've got regular panko crumbs, and that's a 1/2 cup. And then we've got 3/4 cup of shredded coconut, unsweetened. And then for seasonings, we've got a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper. That's going to go into our flour. We've got 2 eggs, and then we're going to spray these shrimp with avocado oil when we put it into the air fryer. And to serve, we're going to use that sweet ginger chili sauce. I've gone ahead and I have thawed that shrimp. I usually let it sit in a bowl with room temperature water for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that'll go ahead and take that freeze off of it. There's really no need to thaw shrimp ahead of time. It thaws very quickly, unless you're like pressed for time. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how I peel these. Now, I like the tail on, especially if it's something that you're going to grab. You don't have to keep the tail on. To me, it's just a presentation thing. But I'm going to go ahead and I always pinch that tail part right there, and then I just take my fingers and I go all the way to that joint, and I just kind of turn it over once in my hand and peel everything off. So, I mean, it's just very simple. I have been in situations where I've been working for parties and I've had to peel a ton of shrimp quickly. So if I have to, I can get my fingers blazing and get shrimp peeled pretty fast. Just takes a few minutes to get all these shrimp peeled. And I love shrimp. We love to eat shrimp. I love it sauteed in a pan with lots of garlic and butter. I love it Moroccan with like some sweet warm spices. I love Middle Eastern shrimp with like fresh herbs and lemon. I love shrimp in Asian food. So maybe I'm like my husband. Whoop, that one. Well, we'll keep it. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. If you mess up on one, we're still going to eat the shrimp. You know what I'm saying? But we are almost done. And then we will put together our breading station and get these coconut shrimp together. It comes together really easy. I've made these a few times for my husband. He loves it. All right, we've got all of our shrimp peeled, so we'll get our breading station ready and we'll get those made. And we're gonna work from this side to this side, so let's get our plates ready, or should I say shallow bowls. Now, we're gonna do flour. Oh, that's coconut, what am I saying? We'll put coconut over here. And then we've got our seasoned flour. We're gonna dump that right in here. We're going to put our spices. That was 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper. And then I'll just get a fork and mix those up. And then this goes with the, gosh, I had to think for a second. That goes with the coconut and the panko together. And then we've got 2 eggs. Come on. I don't trust myself to hit the basket today. All right. And then we just need a little fork. kind of mix that flour up with our seasonings. And I don't know what it is about a dredging station. You know, for years, it's not that I didn't know how to make like homemade chicken nuggets or fried shrimp or stuff like that. It always seems like making a breading station is so much work, but really it's not that bad. And if you can get your kids in the kitchen helping you go from one to the other, it makes it go even quicker. So we're gonna beat those eggs up. All right, that looks good. And then we're gonna go seasoned flour, egg, panko coconut, which I guess we should give that a mix, shouldn't we? Oh, I can't wait to try this. I'm specifically making this recipe for one of my best friends. She absolutely loves coconut shrimp. And when we go out to eat, I mean, her husband and my husband and I, we go out to eat quite a bit together. And you can bet if coconut shrimp is on the menu, somebody is going to order that as an appetizer. So you know who you are. This goes out to you. All right, that's ready. So let's get breading. We're just going to go ahead and dip. Whoops. Try not to make a mess with the flour. Roll that around, and then we're just going to dip it right in the egg. And we don't want super a lot of egg, but you want enough on there that it's going to cause those panko and coconut to stick. Ooh, doesn't that look good? And we're going to go ahead and put those right on our grate. Now, I've left that, we're going to put those right on the grate, and I've got that on paper towel because we are going to spray those with a little bit of spray, and I didn't want to spray it over the pan because I don't want that oil to burn on the pan. So I'm just going to do it right over a paper towel. Just a last couple shrimp to go. This doesn't take long, and it is kind of messy. You just kind of have to tell yourself you're gonna make a little bit of a mess. Flour and crumbs and bowls everywhere to wash. All right. These are looking so good. I literally cannot wait to eat these tonight. I think I'm going to have to plan a get-together with my friend to make her these coconut shrimp. I know if she's watching, she's probably saying, yes, ma'am. Yes, we are. All right. Move some of these over just slightly to fit all these on one pan. got 2 more shrimp to go. Get those nice and floured. And egg. Whoops. Try not to derp your egg out. And the coconut panko mix. My husband is going to be so happy with his dinner this evening. And we've got our last shrimp. So that was 1/3 cup of flour. That was a great amount of flour. You're not having to scrape the bowl to get it. And then 2 eggs was perfect. I don't think 1 egg would have been enough. So, all right. And then lastly, we'll go right into that coconut panko. All right. And we'll fit this somewhere on the pan. Maybe right there. All right, I'm gonna clean up and we'll put all of this away and wash this counter, and then we'll get those sprayed and we'll get those into the preheated air fryer. Don't those look gorgeous? All right, we're gonna hit those with just a little bit of spray, and that's why I'm doing this over top of the paper towel, because all that grease is not gonna go onto the pan. All right, and we'll give these guys a flip. Now we have an air fryer setting on our stove, so I can put these all in at once. If you just have a small table or countertop air fryer, you probably would have to do, more than just a couple batches. You don't want these to be on top of each other or anything like that, or crowded in any way. So I'm gonna get that other top sprayed just lightly with some of that oil, and that's going to make that crispy. And then we'll just take up, we'll just roll up that paper towel. Of course, I've made a mess again. And then we'll get our pan and we'll put those right on the pan, and we'll get those into the oven. Perfect. I've got that coconut shrimp in the air fryer, which for me is an oven. I've got it set on the air fryer setting at 370 degrees. Now I set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm going to check it at 5, maybe let it go another minute or so, and then I'm going to flip those and we'll let it go another 5 to 6 minutes. About 10 to 12 minutes is all that's going to take in an air fryer. All right, we're halfway through the process. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to gently flip these babies over just to make sure that they're getting all of that air on every side. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and set that timer for 5 minutes instead of 6. I just don't want these to burn. I mean, that's the only real risk of these, is you don't want them to burn. And that coconut, it's kind of the wild card of the recipe, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that coconut to burn before, and that's why we're cooking it at 370 as opposed to like 380, 400 in the air fryer. You still get that effect of that good air that's kind of pushing and mimicking frying, because the heat is just being pushed at it harder. It's that pressure, it's that heat, and high fan at the same time that kind of mimics that fried texture. So we want to keep this at a little bit of a lower heat, which is, for me, is 370 today. So another 5 minutes and we'll be checking out our coconut shrimp. The time has come. I'm ready to taste these babies. All right, I'm going in. Hot. So hot. That coconut those breadcrumbs, that good shrimp, the sauce. Really, I think the sauce kind of helps make it, but you know, in terms of the health of this dish, doing it in the air fryer, you're not in the deep fryer, you're not frying in oils that you don't know what they are. And for me, that's a big deal. These are great. You should try these. If you like this recipe, then you should like it, comment on it, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I mean, what are you waiting for? We've got new great videos out every Monday and Thursday. Also, check the description box below because I'll always put the full recipe in there with tips and tricks on how you can switch things up to be gluten-free or grain-free as you need to for your family, as well as the instructions for each recipe. So check it out, and we'll see you next time.